As always, I'm the last one in the library. This is my favorite spot. 7th floor, tucked away in a corner behind a mountain of medical textbooks. It's my own little oasis. The doctor-patient relationship is very important in this example. No, that's not right. The doctor-patient relationship is essential in this example. If I can finish this assignment in the next hour, I'll still have time to review for my pharma test before they kick me out of here. That happens most nights. I try to focus in on the task at hand, but a buzzing sound breaks through from outside. I look up, and there it is, high above the empty parking lot, a black drone, hovering with an insistent hum. And it's watching me, or at least it feels that way, like it's waiting for me to do something. Really? The drone moves closer, right to the other side of the window. I knock on the glass. Get a life, man! Go find someone else to annoy! I stare down at the drone, hoping it'll lose interest and fly off, but it doesn't budge. Instead, the camera lens zooms in on me, inching closer, as if it's trying to peel away my privacy layer by layer. A chill runs down my spine. This feels too deliberate, too invasive, like someone is testing me, seeing how long I'll sit here without snapping. I swallow hard and reach for my harmonica bottle, needing something, anything to distract me. It's a gift from Mom, something she picked up on Amazon. I take a sip, gripping the cap a little tighter than necessary, and then, completely by accident, I blow into it. A soft, trembling note escapes from the cap. I freeze. Wait, what? I stare at the bottle, then blow again. Another note, a little clearer this time. It plays music? I let out a shaky laugh, part disbelief, part nervous energy. Of course Mom would get me something bizarre without realizing it had a secret feature. And right now, oddly enough, it's exactly what I need. I take another sip, then deliberately play a slow, uneven tune. It's not perfect, but it's enough to drown out the silence pressing in around me. The drone still doesn't leave. Go home! I close the blinds and try to settle back into my work, forcing my focus onto the page. My fingers tremble just slightly as I pick up the pencil again, and for a second, the words blur in front of me. I know it's just a distraction. Some bored jerk with a drone, probably just trying to get a reaction. But no matter how many times I tell myself that, the feeling of being watched lingers, a subtle itch under my skin that I can't scratch. A few hours later, I make my way out of the library. It's nearly midnight as I cross the parking lot to my car. The fluorescent lights overhead buzz faintly, casting everything in a sickly yellow glow. I flip open my textbook again and scan the words, even though I know they're too bloodshot to absorb much. Initial trials demonstrated significant SCAT correlation. Patients' concussion severity was statistically reliable across all trials. Just as I reach for my keys, I hear it again, that buzzing, high above. I look up, and there it is, the same drone from before, hovering like it's been waiting for me all this time. Okay, this isn't funny. The only response I get is the hum of the drone, eerie and absolute. Every hair on the back of my neck prickles. The parking lot feels suddenly too big, too open, and I'm completely alone. I'm serious. This is harassment. My voice trembles, but I steady myself, clutching my textbook tightly in case I need to swat it out of the air. The drone lowers itself, hovering at eye level now. Whoever you are, please leave me alone. I have a huge test tomorrow. The drone doesn't budge. It just hangs there, with its lens fixed right on me, whirling louder, the sound drilling into my brain, rising in pitch. Okay, I asked nicely. With a deep breath, I swung my textbook and smashed the drone out of the air. It crashes to the ground in pieces, the sound echoing across the deserted lot. I wait, heart racing, expecting someone to step out of the shadows, to claim the wreckage or demand an apology. But no one comes. You're welcome! I toss my books into the car and breathe a sigh of relief. Just need to get home, read a few more chapters, and salvage what's left of this night. I buckle my seatbelt, still shaking, my hands gripping the steering wheel tight. It was just some idiot's drone. Just a prank. Nothing to worry about. But then, I hear it. That buzz. Louder than before. My pulse picks up as I glance around and spot 2 more drones emerge from the shadows, gliding toward me from the opposite ends of the lot. My stomach twists as one of them circles my car, almost like it's sizing me up. The other hovers just above my car's hood, its camera fixed on me, with a steady, unsettling gaze. Leave me alone! I throw the car into reverse, the tires screeching as I swerve out of the parking lot and into late-night traffic. My heart's pounding, fingers fumbling as I dial 911. I glance back, and of course, the drones are right on my tail, relentless.
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, I'm being followed.
Okay, ma'am. What's the address?
I'm on Grove Street. I swerve to avoid a slow-moving car.
Are you in a car, ma'am?
Yes. Another glance in the rear view, and I almost lose it. There's a 3rd drone now, catching up with the others. Now there's 3 of them!
What? Can you please describe your vehicle, ma'am?
My hands tighten on the wheel as I jerk it around a corner. Yeah, it's a white Toyota. And something really weird is happening to me.
Can you describe the vehicle following you?
No, I mean, they're not vehicles. Before I can get another word out, one of the drones slams into my windshield with a loud crack, splintering the glass. I gasp, hitting the gas pedal harder. Another one shatters against my side window. Fragments of glass rain down around me. They're hitting me!
What's hitting you?
Drones! I can barely hear the operator anymore, her words swallowed by the chaos around me. My breathing is ragged, my pulse so loud it drowns out everything else. Glass digs into my skin. Up ahead, the stoplight flashes yellow, and I know I shouldn't, but I punch it, squeezing my eyes shut as I shoot through the intersection. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! The light turns red. Horns blare from every direction as I thread my way through, somehow avoiding everything.
Ma'am, are you okay?
No! I need help! I need help right now!
Just stay on the line. We're tracking you.
I steal another glance at the rearview mirror, and my stomach drops. More drones speed after me, filling up the road. I'm so focused on them that I almost don't notice the truck stalled in my lane ahead. I yank the wheel, tires screaming against the pavement.
Ma'am, slow down.
Not an option, lady! I slam my foot down, tearing through the next intersection, only to see a solid wall of drones hovering there, waiting for me. I veer left, my tires losing traction as the car skids. The smell of burnt rubber fills the car, and I fight to keep control, knuckles white on the wheel. Okay, there are a ton of these things. Can your people please hurry?
Officers have been dispatched. Please stay calm.
My rear windshield shatters completely as a drone smashes through. It sputters in the back seat among a pile of broken glass. The wind howls in, and my hair whips across my face. Make it stop, please! At the next intersection, I spot another wall of drones hovering just ahead. I don't have time to think. I swerve right across 2 lanes, barely squeezing between a couple of honking cars. My stomach flips as the drones close in, one after the other, smashing into my car. I can't keep this up.
Ma'am, please pull over.
And then what? A drone smashes through the windshield and showers me in glass. I throw my arms up to shield my face, feeling shards cut into my skin. My foot slams the brake, and the car veers off course, crunching head-on into a light pole. For a moment, everything goes still.
Ma'am? Ma'am, are you there? Rescue is on the way. Stay with me.
I cough, tasting blood, or maybe just fear. My hands shake as I shove the car door open and stumble out into the street. My books spill out beside me, scattering across the pavement like the thoughts tumbling out of my head. Every muscle aches. I can barely breathe. But that buzzing sound, it's still there. I look up. The sky is filled with them. Drones. Hundreds of them. No, thousands. They fill the air like a swarm of angry bees. Red lights blinking. Cameras fixed on me. I can't move.
Ray Austin.
Who are you? You could have killed me with those things.
Do you know where you are?
Los Angeles, okay? What does that matter? The drones shift, giving me a clear view of the intersection. My heart drops. No, I know this place. I know it too well. The blinking crosswalk light, the cracked curb, the old billboard half burnt out. This is where it happened.
2 years ago. What did you do?
Nothing. I didn't do anything.
Don't lie.
The pressure builds in my chest. My knees buckle. I feel like I'm drowning in my own heartbeat.
Who did you hurt?
I shake my head. I try to hold it in, but it's over. I'm unraveling. I don't know his name. I was driving from the library. I was tired. I closed my eyes for a second, just 1 second. I didn't see him crossing. I hit him. I drove off. I left him there. I left him to die. I scream it, every ugly word. I sob until I can't breathe, until my knees hit the ground and I can barely see through the tears. The drones don't move. They just hover there, watching, judging. I pull out my phone and call 911.
911, what's your emergency?
I hit someone 2 years ago. I ran. I left him. I killed him. I can't live like this anymore. I need to confess. The sirens came fast. I sit on the curb, hugging my knees, watching the flashing lights reflect off the shards of my windshield.
Ma'am, we got your call. Are you hurt?
No, not really. Not physically. But get rid of the drones, please.
What drones?
I look up. The sky is empty. There's nothing there. They were here. I swear. They talked to me. She glances at her partner. I can tell what they're thinking. Maybe I am losing it. Maybe I already have. They take me in, gently, like I'm made of glass. I don't resist. At the station, I tell them everything. I don't hold anything back. They write it all down. Later, someone comes in with a file. I see the surprise on the officer's face. It turns out, the man I hit didn't die. Not even close. He was treated for a broken leg. They never caught the driver. They ask if I want to see him. I nod. He's older now, walks with a cane. He has kind eyes, the kind I don't deserve.
I remember that night. I always wondered who it was. I won't lie. I was angry for a long time, but I survived, and I moved on.
My throat tightens. I didn't. I never did.
Then maybe it's time you should. I don't want revenge. I want you to get better, live better.
I will. I promise. I'll heal people. I'll help them. For free. For the rest of my life. That's all I want. That's all I've wanted since that night.
Then start by healing yourself.
When the music kicked off and everyone started dancing, I escaped to the garden for some fresh air. As I sat down by the fountain and sighed, a soft object hit me squarely in the face. Then someone in black jumped down from the tree above me.
Brought your favorite cheeseburger.
Meredith, what are you doing here? And why would you hit me with a burger? Wait, are you dressed up like Catwoman?
Yeah, it's been my look for weeks now. 1, it shows off my fantastic figure, which is a service to humanity. 2, every vigilante hero needs a costume, and I've always found Catwoman classy. 3,
Vigilante hero? You basically rob people.
Yeah, like Robin Hood, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor.
You steal for yourself.
I am the poor. And what's all this you nonsense? Last time I checked, we were a team. But sis, what's taking so long with this mission?
It's not that simple.
It's pretty simple. You make this rich dude fall for you, get access to his vault, steal the painting, and we run off to Bora Bora. Are you having trouble making him fall for you? Maybe he hates your eyebrows. I don't know, but I feel like punching you in the face every time I see your eyebrows, which is basically every time I see your face.
Shut up, Em. Everything's going fine.
Okay, but hurry up. This catsuit is giving me a butt rash, even though I use baby powder under it. I want to put it away soon and retire on a beach in a bikini. Aren't you looking forward to it?
Just take the stupid suit off. You're a con artist, not a cat burglar. And of course, I'm looking forward to it. You should go before you blow my cover. And thanks for the burger.
It's not a gift. Duh. You're gonna pay me back. I've noted it in my diary. See ya.
I couldn't help laughing as I saw her clumsily climb the wall, then fall over to the other side. But as I turned away, I felt troubled. The problem wasn't about making this rich guy I had to rob fall for me. He already had. The problem was, I'd fallen for him too. Let's start from the start, okay? Hi, I'm Claire, originally from Connecticut. And yes, you might have heard some fun words being used for me. Deceitful witch, manipulative liar, and con artist might come up, none of which is an exaggeration. But people change, okay? Before I tell you my crazy story, please like and subscribe. My mother was born into what she always called old money, which basically means her family had been rich for a long time and their wealth was passed down generations. Unfortunately, it skipped our generation. Apparently, my dad was extremely charming and swept Mom off her feet when she was just 20. She married him against her parents' wishes and they cut her off from their wealth. Then, 2 years later, Mom gave birth to twins, Dad met another woman, and he abandoned us. At least he left us the house in a nice neighborhood, but my grandparents refused to help Mom out and said she had to live with her decisions. Mom, how are you feeling now?
Like my organs are shutting down one by one.
So, same as this morning then? Here's some chicken soup.
There's no chicken in it.
Well, you asked for chicken soup when there was no chickens in the fridge, so I guess we all have to use our imaginations, don't we?
Oh, the soup at my parents' house always had chunks of chicken and big fat prawns. What has life come to now? I was raised as a creature of luxury. I'm like that fairy tale princess who couldn't sleep because of a single pea under her mattress.
So you say, but there's a bunch of sharp pebbles under your mattress and you sleep like a log and snore like a bear.
What? How could you put pebbles? I do not snore. Leave me to decompose, please.
Well, you have to return to your waitressing job, so get well soon, Mom.
Shall not.
I loved Mom, but she was basically a spoiled, selfish child who just couldn't adapt to her change in fortunes and start acting like a freaking parent. My sister Meredith and I were twins, but we looked nothing alike. With her soft blonde hair and big baby blues, she looked like the kind of sweet soul who saved kittens from trees, helped old people across the road, and sang to birds. She didn't look like she had an ounce of evil in her, which wasn't true, like at all. But we'll come back to that later. From an early age, it was clear to me and Meredith that we had to be resourceful for money. I started doing odd jobs for our rich neighbors in the 8th grade, like raking their gardens, walking their dogs, and babysitting their kids. But Meredith was always finding more creative ways, like taking stupid boys in her class on paid exclusive tours to an alien site she'd discovered in the nearby forest. I'd seen her digging up the crater where the spaceship had landed, or selling youth water to high school girls, claiming she'd traveled far to the Fountain of Youth over summer break and had a limited supply. They actually thought she was telling the truth because it tasted different. Yeah, that's because she was filling up bottles from the neighbor's gross jacuzzi. People eventually caught on and stopped buying from her, and that's when she started stealing from me. But whenever I'd confront her, she'd throw a tantrum and deny it like I'd accused her of killing someone. So the next time, I hid money in my diary and made my latest entry. Dear Diary, guess what? What? When Mom took Meredith to the hospital for her sore throat the other day, the doctors made a shocking discovery. Meredith has a rare, incurable disease. She only has a few more months with us. We've decided not to tell her so she isn't scared and lives the rest of her short life in peace. Yes, I'm sad, but not that much because my baby sister is going to a better place and leaving me all her stuff. I knew my trick had worked when Meredith came down one morning with swollen eyes. When Mom asked her what was wrong, she burst into tears about her incurable disease.
Where would you get an idea like that?
Yes, Meredith, please tell Mom where you got this idea from.
You wrote it in your... Wait, you chubby witch! You made me believe I was dying!
Meredith lunged at me and we went rolling all over the kitchen floor. But she ended up getting grounded for a month for stealing and invading my privacy. I soon started missing her at dinner time though. So late one night, I snuck into her room with ice cream to find her playing darts with my face as the target. I'm sorry you're stuck here, but you did steal from me. I know we don't have a lot right now, but we'll work hard and make money in the future.
But the future is in the future. What do I do now when I need money for mascara and gummy bears?
Maybe we can think of some business idea.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
She pulled out a box from under her bed full of t-shirts.
So you know my friend George, the next-door gardener's nephew? Apparently he volunteers at a mental institution every weekend. The owners got t-shirts made from all the patients, but they refuse to wear them, blah, blah. So now the mental place has hundreds of these lying in storage. George said he can score them for me, and we could have our own t-shirt range with cute things written on them. Look, here's one I made for myself.
I want to go to Bora Bora, but I'm Bora Bora. Please help me. Funny.
I'm very serious, actually. I'm gonna live in Bora Bora one day. So, are we selling these t-shirts?
I'm in.
I also made one for you. That'll be $10, thanks.
Money can't buy happiness, but poverty can't buy anything. Please help me. You should pay me for wearing this. Meredith didn't have the best reputation in our neighborhood or school to sell things, so we decided to hit the other end of town and set up a t-shirt stall outside a private school. With my salesmanship and Meredith's flirting, we managed to sell quite a few on the first day. We started setting up shop at different locations, and one day as we were heading home, Meredith suddenly said she had to pee really badly. So we walked up to the closest house to ask if they'd let us use the bathroom. We rang the bell, but no one seemed to be home. I was peeking in through the window when suddenly, I turned around to see Meredith already crawling halfway through one. Are you crazy? That's breaking and entering!
I'll kick in your face so hard that you'll need plastic surgery, which we don't have money for. If you don't want to be ugly for the rest of your life, let me pee.
I let her go and was standing guard at the door when, to my horror, a car suddenly pulled into the driveway and a snooty woman stepped out.
Hey, you girl. What are you doing lurking around my house? Were you thinking of breaking in?
What? No, of course not. I'm a Girl Scout selling cookies. Yeah, I study in the, Aston Bridge School for Girls.
Oh, I see. It's a lovely school. I know many people whose children go there. Sorry for my mistake. I'll be happy to buy some cookies from you. Put me down for 20 boxes.
Sure. It's, $5 a box, so that'll be $100. I'm putting your name down on my list, and I'll drop them by tomorrow.
That's perfect, sweetie. Here's the money. I'll see you soon.
Just then, I saw Meredith slip out the window, and as soon as the lady went in, we ran like crazy down the block and then collapsed on some grass.
Look, I took some pastries from her kitchen. Perfect for a spontaneous picnic.
That's stealing.
Oh, you're one to talk. I heard the whole cookie conversation from inside. You took that lady's money and you're never gonna give her any cookies.
I was just trying to distract her before she caught your butt. I didn't think she'd be dumb enough to actually give me the money. I can return it.
Look, she didn't do it out of the goodness of her heart. She's a rich snob who was being really rude till she thought you were someone rich too. You didn't force her to give you money at gunpoint. Oh, Claire, this has just given me the best idea.
You're not serious.
Yes, I am. Dumb people deserve to be tricked. And what does $100 mean to someone who has a gold toilet seat?
I knew it was wrong, but it was also so easy. And before I knew it, Meredith and I were wearing private school uniforms and hitting different neighborhoods collecting money for Girl Scout cookies that we had no intention to deliver. We made $2,000 in a month. But one day, when we went up to a rich old lady's house, she invited us in and even offered us cake as we signed her up. How many boxes will that be, ma'am?
Oh, none, thank you. You see, I don't buy imaginary cookies.
What?
I'd heard that there were 2 conning Girl Scouts in town, and I was ready for you. I've called the police, and you two will end up in a detention center.
Just then, there was a loud bang and the power went out. In the confusion, Meredith kicked the old lady and yelled, "Run!" As we were sprinting down the street, I suddenly noticed a nerdy-looking boy my age running beside us too, grinning and waving at us. Hey, hold on. Who are you?
I'm your new neighbor, Freddie. I'm the one who saved you from that old crow.
What? I'm so confused right now.
New neighbor? You moved into the house next to ours? Why are you here?
I was bored and saw you girls leaving your house, so I followed you for fun. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone about your little cookie secret. When I heard that old lady threatening you, I went to the main circuit board and pulled out a wire with my tweezer, which I always keep handy.
You could have been electrocuted. You're either incredibly smart or exceptionally dumb.
My mom says the exact same thing, except for the incredibly smart part.
Listen, you geek, what do you want? If you think you're gonna get a cut of our profits.
No, my parents are well off. They're neurosurgeons. I just want to be friends. I swear, I don't have any siblings and I don't know anyone here.
What if we say no?
I'll keep following you around until you say yes?
Okay, fine. Congratulations. You got yourself 2 friends.
Oh, I'm so happy! Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year!
And from that day on, that goof really did become our best friend, especially mine. He was like the sibling I never had. I mean, the nice sibling who did my nails and watched the channel I wanted to watch on TV without arguing. He was also really generous. I didn't want to take advantage of it, but Meredith and Mom had no problem keeping all the gifts he was always getting us. We decided to lay low with our conning activities in case the old lady had actually told the police about us. But soon after we joined the 11th grade, a new drama unfolded in our lives. A family moved into the huge white house across the street. Apparently, the couple who'd bought the place was loaded, and they had 5 teenage boys.
Finally, some eligible bachelors on our street.
Thanks. My feelings aren't hurt at all.
Oh, I'm sorry I left you out, sweetie. Maybe you'll find someone too. I mean, they have 5 boys. There's a good chance one of them is gay.
What? Why would you think?
Okay, girls, here's a basket of goodies for you to take over as a welcome present. Now go, throw yourselves at those boys.
Meredith and I rolled our eyes, but we decided there wasn't any harm in checking them out, and we were welcomed by the ugliest quadruplets ever. They were really sweet and really excited to see us, but with their orange hair, acne, and buck teeth, they were not a pretty sight.
Man, I feel sorry for those parents. Like, you know, Mom got one average-looking kid, but God made it up by giving her me. But those parents, oof, God decided to use copy-paste on that ugly model. They must have done something terrible to deserve this.
Huh? You are so rude.
Oh, shut up. I know you're thinking the same. I just have the guts to say it out loud.
But then a day later, I'd just woken up when the bell rang, and I opened the door to find the most gorgeous boy ever standing outside.
Hello, I'm Eric. You got some of your mail? I came to return it.
I just stared at him, dumbstruck, feeling acutely aware of how terrible I looked. Just then, Meredith pushed me out of the way.
Hey, thanks. You're such a lifesaver. Haven't seen you around before.
I just moved into the house across the street.
The big white one with the quadruplets?
Yeah, they're my brothers.
What? No, they can't be related to you. They're very unattractive.
Meredith, can't you ever sugarcoat anything?
I am sugarcoating. Did I call them ugly ogres?
I am so sorry.
It's okay. People have this reaction often. I'll see you girls around.
He flashed his beautiful smile at us and then left.
Wow, Eric stole his brother's luck, the schoolboy's luck, the neighborhood boy's luck, and his mother's and his father's luck, and the whole town's.
I agree. He's beautiful. I hope he's smart and funny and kind too. I'm sure he is. I never believed in love at first sight till I met Eric. Okay, maybe love is an exaggeration, but I was crushing on him hard. Freddie, how does this purple dress look on me?
Claire, what the? You can't just come in without knocking? What if I wasn't wearing a towel?
Well, you are, so unclench your butt. Now, what do you think about the dress?
Hey, Freddie, I want your opinion on this red dress. Oh, hi, Claire. I didn't know you were here.
Have some respect for my privacy.
What are you talking about? Actually, I don't care. Now tell me, I look hot, right? Of course I look hot. I could wear a potato sack and I'd look hot. I can do hot in my sleep.
What's the dress for?
The party at Eric's place? What, did you think you're the only one who got invited?
The red's a bit much for a casual housewarming party, no?
Yeah, you're right. It's more of a second date dress. Thanks, I'll look for something else. And your dress looks lovely.
I am not your sister, and you can't treat me like this. I am a man.
Okay, thanks for the news flash. Come on, Claire, let's go before Freddie has a heart attack.
The party was coming up soon, but I knew there would be many guests, and I wouldn't really get a chance to talk to Eric then. So I decided to drop by to borrow some sugar one evening. But my heart sank when I spotted Meredith and Eric in the kitchen, and they were kissing. I couldn't believe that witch. It was so obvious I was crushing on Eric, wasn't it?
Can you give me some mashed potatoes, Claire?
I lifted a spoonful and threw it straight at her face.
Claire, what the heck?
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't want them on your face? You should have been clearer then.
You got a problem with me?
What a genius. Since you're so smart, I'm sure you already knew I liked Eric, but you went after him anyway. Yeah, I saw you two kissing.
Oh my God, what? You like Eric? I had no idea. You should have been clearer too.
Cut it out, okay? You knew.
Did not.
Okay, so now that you know, will you stop seeing him?
No, duh.
Are you really into him?
Not really. I barely know him, but he's cute and rich and he likes me. You did see that he was kissing me back, right?
I flung another dollop of mashed potato straight in her eye and stormed off. Fine, that jerk could have Eric. I wasn't even gonna go to the party now. But on the night of the party, when I heard music floating from across the street, I couldn't help myself. Eric had just known Meredith for 2 days. This battle wasn't over yet. I knew I looked smoking hot as I marched up to Eric and Meredith in her stupid red dress. She looked furious to see me before she turned sickly sweet.
Oh, hi. I thought you were unwell and not coming, honey. How are you doing now, honey?
I'm good, honey. How are you, honey?
I'm great, honey. Do you like my honey, honey?
What honey? Honey?
The honey, honey.
I see no honey. Honey?
What's happening here?
Don't worry about it. Let's go get some honey, honey.
We don't have any honey, Meredith.
Honey! You ruined it. You should have ended the sentence with honey.
Don't mind her, Eric. You already know she's rude, and she has a vile temper. She once tried stealing money from an old lady and kicked her hard when she resisted.
Oh, so that's how it's gonna be, huh? Eric, did you know that Claire is so dumb? I told her when we were kids that if she ate bluebells, her eyes would turn blue like mine. She ate a bunch and then pooped her pants in school.
Didn't Meredith tell you she used to fart in the neighbor's jacuzzi just because they said they liked me more than her? It went on for a month.
Oh, how about the time you dropped Mom's toothbrush in the toilet and just put it right back? Imagine someone being so awful to their own mother.
Meredith has a boyfriend who works in a mental institution, and he steals the patient's clothes from there for her. Imagine doing that to sick people.
Claire keeps acting like she doesn't know her best friend is in love with her, and she keeps using him for his money.
What? Are you talking about Fred? I've never used him, and he's not in love with me.
Oh, please. A blind person can see Freddie's been in love with you since day one.
Shut up!
You shut up!
How about you shut the heck up?
Not till you shut up first!
I pushed Meredith out of my way, but I ended up pushing a little too hard, and she crashed straight into the punch bowl. She got up and charged me, and we landed straight on the food table. As Eric was trying to pull us apart, Freddie suddenly ran in.
Claire, Meredith, stop! Your mom, she isn't okay. You gotta come now.
We ran outside to see Mom unconscious and being wheeled into an ambulance. Since Freddie's dad was a neurosurgeon, he took Mom's case and ran tests for weeks to discover that she had some inflammation in her brain for unknown reasons, which had sent her into a coma. Freddie's dad decided to enter her name in a clinical trial for rare brain diseases, since she met all the criteria. But what's it gonna cost us?
We take one pro bono case for the trial, but there will still be other hospital expenses. And you girls will have to figure out something soon. Do you have any relatives?
We had to contact our grandparents, but to our surprise, Mom didn't even have their numbers saved in her phone. All we had was a framed picture with their names signed at the back. Freddie offered to hire a private investigator, and within a week, he said they'd been found and were flying over to see us. But I couldn't help noticing as they got out of the cab that they didn't look rich at all.
Those paupers are our grandparents?
They're definitely the people from the picture.
Why do Grandma's shoes look like something out of a museum? And Grandpa's coat is missing 3 buttons.
The old lady hobbled towards us and hugged us tight.
Oh, girls, it's so good to see you. We had no idea we had granddaughters till yesterday.
You look nothing like our son, though.
Your son? No, we're your daughter's kids.
Oh, honey, we don't have a daughter. The private investigator who tracked us down did say our daughter was looking for us, but we just assumed that was our son who ran away from home 18 years ago. He was always saying he'd change into a woman one day.
What? Our mom used to be a man?
No, this is crazy. Look at this picture. Does this woman look anything like your son?
Our son is ugly, and I remember this woman. Alfred, you remember this beautiful lady came to stay at our motel many years ago? She disappeared suddenly one night, and the next day some mafia men turned up looking for her.
Ah, yes. Those men kept turning up for weeks. They seemed like bad news. I'm happy to hear the lady is okay.
So, you're not her parents? Then why does she have this picture of you guys?
She took it from the motel. I don't know why. I'm so tired, dear. Can I rest for a little while?
No, if you're not our rich grandparents, you gotta go. Taxi!
Meredith sent them packing immediately, and we just stood staring at each other.
When was Mom in a motel? And why were there bad men after her?
She told us all our lives these random people are our grandparents. What else has she been lying about? Apparently, a lot of things. When we checked out if she had any health insurance, she couldn't be found in the system. I went to the diner where she'd been working for years to see if the manager could help, only to find out that no one there had ever seen her. We had no clue where she'd been going all this time while she was pretending to work, or where she got her salary from. Meredith and I tore up Mom's room looking for more clues. We didn't find anything in the closets or under the bed, but I pulled the rug away and came across a loose floorboard. We pried it open to find a laptop and so many fake IDs and passports, all belonging to Mom. Oh my God.
Mom? As a French redhead?
Her hair is black here, and she's Swedish. We opened the laptop, but we couldn't get past the security code. We asked Freddie to come over and told him everything. And when he went over the laptop, he let out a low whistle.
Whoa, this is heavy encryption and insane firewalls. Is your mom from the CIA or something? Have you ever seen her using this laptop?
Yeah, I have once, but she told me she borrowed it from a friend to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Who is this woman?
We really had no idea, except that her hair dye started fading soon, and we discovered she was a natural blonde. We still desperately needed the money and contemplated selling the house, but we couldn't even find any documents for it. For the first time in my life, I felt overwhelmed and completely out of ideas. Then one night, as Meredith and I were sitting on the porch, Freddie joined us, looking grim.
I need to tell you guys something about the clinical trial. There's only a 50% chance that your mom will get the drug that could make her well.
What do you mean? Doesn't everyone get the drug?
No, half the patients get a placebo drug. Oh God, I did something really wrong. I checked the files of everyone on the clinical trial, and your mom has been assigned the placebo drug. She's not gonna get the treatment.
So that's it? We're just gonna sit back and watch, knowing there's no chance of her getting better? Make your dad give her the drug!
I can't. Dad would lose his medical license if anyone thought he interfered with the trial.
Then why did you even tell us, Freddie?
Freddie looked at me silently. He told us because he and his dad can't do anything, but we can.
Whatever you plan, I can't be part of it, but you have to do it soon. The trial starts next week.
Thank you, Freddie. You don't know what this means to us.
Of course. I'd do anything for you, Claire.
For the first time, I saw what had maybe been so obvious all along. Freddie was in love with me, and I was about to use it to my advantage. Can you tell me where the trial patient files are? When we visited Mom next at the hospital, I was able to slip away and retrieve Mom's file and another patient's who was receiving the drug. That night, Meredith and I used every Photoshop skill we had to make duplicate copies, complete with the hospital's seal and everyone's signatures to ensure that Mom was the patient chosen for the treatment. And the next day, I slipped the files back in. I knew what I'd done was wrong, and I'd broken at least 5 different laws. But as I walked away, I didn't feel like a criminal at all. I was walking down the hospital corridor with Freddie when Meredith came running towards us.
Where have you been? Mom's awake. She's finally awake.
Oh my god, seriously? This better not be a joke, Meredith.
I swear on my beautiful face, it's the truth. The doctors are just checking her vitals.
Can you girls stop making so much noise? It's a hospital.
Oh, shut it, nurse. We're in the coma ward. Who are we disturbing here? Don't you want these people to wake up?
How dare you talk to me like that? This is preposterous.
That's not even a real word. Remind me to buy you a dictionary. How did you become a nurse? Jeez.
We ran down to Mom's room to find her fighting off the doctors. She jumped onto her bed like an animal and started screaming at them.
Where am I? Are you doing a science experiment on me? You will not touch the daughter of Vladimir. I learned how to catch fish with my bare hands when I was 3 and tackled a bear when I was 5. You think you are any match for me?
Ma'am, we mean no harm. We're your doctors.
How are you old enough to be a doctor? You have a pimples like a teenager.
I'm fully qualified.
Shut up, little boy. Tell me where I am before I take your eyeballs out and play bubbles with them.
Mom? Mom turned and stared at me with wild eyes.
Let's get out of here before she attacks us.
For once, I agree with Meredith.
Who are you? And what did you just call me?
Hey guys, the last time you saw me, I was walking down a hospital corridor after switching the clinical trial files. That was 2 years ago, so let me get you up to speed on everything that's happened since then. Mom entered the clinical trial, and her tests started showing signs of progress, but she didn't come out of her coma anytime soon. Freddie tried to help us, but Meredith and I had to learn to manage on our own. And it turns out, there's a lot you can steal from a hospital. We never had to buy toilet paper or cleaning supplies again. And we always had endless cups of pudding and Jell-O. Meredith, is that diaper cream you're putting on your face?
A girl's gotta moisturize. It's very hydrating. My face is as soft as a baby's butt. What did you score today?
More useful things like new bed sheets, pads, towels, and batteries for our TV remote.
Time for our show and more Jell-O. Woohoo!
But we still needed money, and after high school, we went back to our conning ways. I always pushed away the guilt and justified it to myself with things like, we needed the money, we had no other choice. But I have to admit, I also felt a thrill every time we outwitted someone and got away with it. It started out small, like hitting venues of concerts and games in different cities and selling fake tickets to desperate fans, hoping to get in at the last minute for twice the regular price. By the time they figured the tickets were bogus, we were gone. Or going to the American Idol audition venues and convincing hopeful contestants that we were part of the TV show crew and we'd get them through to the next round if they paid us a little money. Then, we set up an Instagram matchmaking business account with tons of fake success stories. We were getting booked for our services by loads of women. We'd always meet at the client's house in disguise.
What is this exquisite dessert? It's like a cloud melting in my mouth.
It's a Japanese cheesecake, delivered fresh every day from Japan.
You are just the kind of people I like. Ow!
Let's get down to business, shall we?
Wow, I mean, this cake. Yes, business. This is your daughter? Oof.
We know she's a bit plain.
And she's 6 feet tall? With that face?
Is her case hopeless?
Oh no, we've dealt with a lot of uggos before. Believe me. Ow!
What my partner means is there's someone for everyone out there, and we're experts at making those two people meet. We'll need a small advance, and we'll bring you a portfolio of suitable bachelors in a week.
You'll be the mother of the bride soon, watching your little giraffe walk down the aisle. Sounds good, right? Make that check to cash, please. Can you also pack the rest of this cake?
We'd take the advance, keep in touch for a few weeks saying we were gathering options, and then disappear. Of course, people soon started commenting on our page, calling us frauds and reporting our account, but we made a good amount while it lasted. We tried out a wedding planner service next.
That's a gorgeous cake, but it's so expensive.
But it goes so perfectly with your pink and white theme.
Also, we're planning to order 2,000 pink and white roses.
And an ice sculpture for the reception area.
How much will all this cost?
You can't put a price tag on happiness.
Daddy will have a heart attack.
He's gonna have one anyway. I just saw him eating a block of cheese. Why should that stop you from having the wedding of your dreams?
Really, you deserve the best on your big day.
Okay, I'm sold. Let me write you a check.
When that went bust, we became travel bloggers and influencers. With our huge number of fake followers, we managed to get into the best hotels for free as long as we wrote a review. When I'm rich, I will buy a hotel and live there. They have the best beds.
Room service? Yes, we'll have 2 lobsters, 4 sushi platters, 2 beef burgers with fries, the prawn tempura, the fish tempura. Okay, anything with the word tempura. And why don't you bring up the entire dessert menu? Thanks.
Of course, none of these businesses lasted too long, and we were always on our toes, traveling from place to place, changing disguises, trying not to get caught. The only person who had any idea of our activities was Freddie. But whenever we went back home, he was always happy to see us and never asked questions. 2 years had gone by like this, and Mom was finally awake, except she didn't remember being our mom. Now, we had no chance to ask her about the fake IDs and laptop we'd found, because all she seemed to remember was her childhood in frickin' Russia. We showed her pictures of us together, and the doctors explained that she'd lost most of her memory, and they were unsure if she'd regain it.
Oh, my girls. I am so sorry I don't remember anything about you, but I feel a connection to you. As strong as the frost on my toes, walking barefoot in snow, and as sweet as the smell of my grandmother's honey cakes, and as deep as the violet skies of Siberia, and—
Yeah, we get it, Mom. We love you too.
As the 3 of us sat in a cafe later, I was still trying to process everything when I saw Meredith had a faraway look on her face. I know that face, Em. What are you planning?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking how excited Arthur will be when he finds out Mom is awake.
You're talking about our neighbor, Arthur?
Yeah, he's been visiting Mom every week for 2 years. He's always been in love with her. He'll be happy, but she won't even remember him.
That actually works in his favor. Mom always found him irritating.
What are you saying exactly?
What if we convinced Mom that she was deeply in love with Arthur before she went into a coma? I'm sure he won't have any problem playing along. Maybe we even say that they were engaged before she got sick. If we set them up, Mom will be taken care of for life. Arthur is rich with a capital $sign.
Wow, Meredith, you're a frickin' genius.
Jeez, why are you girls always scheming?
Because our parents are not neurosurgeons.
You can't use that excuse forever.
Watch me.
Like we expected, Arthur immediately agreed, and we got to work. We photoshopped tons of pictures of Mom and him, and soon he even turned up with a giant emerald ring.
You chose this Russian emerald ring from an antique shop where I proposed to you.
Oh, it is so beautiful. I wish I remembered all of these moments, but I do feel a connection to you. As strong as the smell of lavender on a Russian summer breeze, and as warm as Papa's fur coat, and as comforting as a bowl of kidney pickle soup, and—
Kiss her, now!
As Arthur and Mom kissed, Meredith and I walked out of the room and burst out laughing. We laughed till we almost peed our pants. Oh God, my tummy hurts. Are we doing the right thing? Fooling Mom?
She's no fool. She asked me how rich Arthur is yesterday. Now she feels very connected to him.
And within a month, Mom was walking down the aisle in a grand wedding in Arthur's garden. Of course, Meredith and I had made all the arrangements and totally overcharged Arthur.
I promise to cherish and to love you forever, and follow you to the ends of the earth.
We will go to Russia and start our new life there in the lovely house you have bought me as a wedding gift. And yes, I will cherish and love you and whatever, etc., etc.
Now you may exchange rings.
Did you just hear what I just heard?
Are they moving to Russia?
That can't happen. Is it too late to object to this wedding?
Shh! You guys are ruining the ceremony. What's wrong with you?
Are you a moron? You know she can't go to Russia?
Why not? She's Russian, isn't she? Oh yeah, she shouldn't go to Russia.
Hold it, everyone! Sorry, Mom, but you can't go to Russia.
Oh, sweetie, I will take you girls with me, don't worry.
We're taking them with us?
No one's going to Russia.
Can we, discuss this later? You're ruining the moment.
Arthur, shh! Listen, Mom, we need to talk. As I got up to talk to Mom, I tripped on my dress and crashed into this big cage holding 100 pigeons, and they all started flying off.
This was supposed to be for after the ceremony!
But suddenly, those pigeons turned vicious and came back to attack everyone. They clawed at people's hair, poked them with their beaks, and pooped everywhere. As the guests ran around in chaos, someone slammed straight into the wedding cake. Meredith and I grabbed Mom's arms and dragged her home.
What is wrong with you two?
There's something you need to know, Mom.
Meredith and I ended up showing her all her fake passports, IDs, and the laptop, and she was stunned.
My name is Alexei, and none of these IDs have that name.
Mom, we don't know who you really are or why you left Russia. What if you were a spy or some sort of criminal? What if you're wanted in Russia? If you go back there, you might get arrested or worse. Apparently, many years ago, some bad people were looking for you, and we don't know why. You have to stay here and keep a low profile.
But I want to find my parents and see my home. It's all I remember.
You can't risk it. Not till you get your memory back. Or we get someone to tell us what's on that laptop and figure out who you are. We're sorry.
We hugged Mom as she cried, then fixed her makeup and returned to the wedding. The pigeons had left, and the guests were leaving too.
Stop, everyone. The wedding isn't over yet. And Arthur, Mom wants to move to Hawaii instead. From the top, people!
Arthur was very confused, but they finally got married. Later, as everyone moved towards the dance floor, Freddie asked me to join him.
So, now your mom is well and you have a rich stepfather. What are your plans?
I like traveling around with Meredith. Maybe I'll do that for some time. There isn't any reason to stay here anyway.
Ouch. Why don't you just hit me with an axe?
Of course, there's you. I can always come visit.
That's not good enough, Claire. Look, I have to say this now. I've been in love with you since forever, and let's not pretend you don't know that. Don't you think you can give us a chance? We're best friends, and I'd do anything for you.
I know, Freddie, but I just can't. I love you, but not like you want me to.
You can try dating me. Maybe you'll feel differently.
I don't think I will.
And I can give you a good life.
You don't need to live like a freaking criminal anymore.
Some people might call me an artist.
Con artist, yeah. Still a criminal.
Maybe I enjoy being one. It's kind of thrilling.
I don't really believe that.
You don't want to believe that. We're too different, Freddie. You're gonna be a neurosurgeon like your parents, and you'll find a nice girlfriend and then marry her and live in a nice neighborhood, and you'll be content. I'm not sure that's the life I want. It sounds boring. I wish I'd said something else when I saw Freddie's hurt face, but there was no easy way to let him down. He kissed me gently on the cheek and walked away, and I felt a lump in my throat. Mom moved to Hawaii with Arthur, and Meredith and I went down a crazy path over the next few years. There wasn't a scam, fraud, or con we didn't attempt. We never stuck to the same thing for too long, in case the police picked up a pattern. But word got around in underground circles about 2 female con artists, and we actually started getting hired for our services. People were always less likely to suspect 2 pretty innocent-looking girls than someone who looks like a thug. And working with these thugs, we learned how to forge signatures, create counterfeit money, make fake checks, and steal credit card information. I'd always been bad with computers, but Meredith even showed a great knack for hacking. We made good money, partied with rich people, traveled first class, and stayed in amazing hotels. But for me, the glitz and glamour gradually started to fade. I was getting tired living out of suitcases, always wearing disguises and looking over my shoulder. I had no real friends, and even if I met someone I thought I could like, I knew I couldn't be in a real relationship. I was almost thinking of talking to Meredith about quitting the con artist life, when one day she burst into our New York hotel room looking beyond excited.
You won't believe the job we just got. It's gonna pay us $250,000.
Who would pay that kind of money? And for what? Turns out, the kind of people who take you to their headquarters blindfolded. As Meredith and I walked into an underground room, a large chair swiveled around to reveal a tiny, skinny guy.
What? You think all mafia bosses are tall, fat, bald, and wear gold rings? Sorry to disappoint you with my looks, but trust me, I am every bit as ruthless.
Something about his steely gray eyes sent a shiver down my spine. I believed him. His name was Pierre Soufflé, which was obviously a lie, and the job he had for us was to steal a priceless painting from a museum and replace it with a fake. That's the painting? It's, tiny.
What's your problem with tiny things and people?
It's also kinda stupid. What is that? A raccoon eating a cheeseburger?
It's worth $10 million, so the joke's on you, dummy. Now, the owner of the painting has allowed the museum to borrow it for only 3 days, so we don't have a lot of time.
Wouldn't it be easier to steal it from the owner's house?
Everyone, look at Lady Einstein coming up with brilliant ideas. Why didn't we think of that ourselves?
Happy to help.
Of course we thought of that ourselves! Trust me, the museum is easier.
Why choose us?
It's a very stupid security measure, but the museum's floors are activated by pressure sensors at night. Anything above 55 kilograms and they go off. I haven't been able to find a boy who weighs less than that. Ellie, get the weighing scale.
Meredith weighed 52 kgs, while I weighed 55.1. How is this possible? You eat so much more than I do.
What can I say? I got all the good genes.
Okay. You're out, fatty! Meredith, you're my leading lady.
The plan was to enter the museum through its large air ducts, carrying the fake painting with us. We first had to make a stop in the security room and disable all the cameras and alarms. Then we'd crawl back through the ducts till we reached the exhibit area, and I'd lower Meredith down along with the painting so she could switch them out. As Meredith made it to the bottom, I dropped the painting to her, and she missed it, and we heard a loud crack. Oh my God, did you break the frame?
Me? It's your fault. Who told you to throw it like that?
I was expecting you to catch it, but what was I thinking? You made us lose the Frisbee tournament in 8th grade because you're so bad at catching things, unless it's someone's boyfriend.
Seriously? You were so distracted by that hot boy on the bleachers, your throwing skills were completely off. FYI, that boy was totally into me.
Why are we even talking about Frisbees and boys right now?
You started it.
No, I didn't. Okay, shut up. Let me think how to fix this. Are you trying to glue it together with your saliva?
You got a better idea?
Any idea would be a better idea than that. Look, it's a museum. They must fix broken, ancient things here all the time, right? I'm looking at the floor map, and there are some offices in the left wing. I'll go get some glue. It took me an hour to find glue and return to our spot, and I found Meredith eating a bowl of ramen. Where did you get that?
I brought a packet of instant ramen with me, and you were taking forever, so I went to make it in the staff kitchen. There was someone's chicken sandwich in the fridge, so I used the meat from that. And there was also some tofu, and I added a dash of oyster sauce.
I'm so happy you chose this moment in your life to become a gourmet chef. Just send the painting back up so I can fix it. I tried to fill in the crack as best I could, then sent it back down to Meredith, who took the real one off and put the fake one on the wall. But just as she started walking back, the whole floor lit up suddenly, and a blaring sound went off.
Oh my God, what's happening?
I don't know. Is the painting heavier than the fake one? Just hurry up. We gotta get out now. I pulled up Meredith and the real painting and closed the opening in the ceiling seconds before security burst in. We crawled down the ducts and out of the building as fast as we could. We ran a few blocks down where Pierre's van was waiting for us, and we sped away.
Oh, I would have preferred if you hadn't alerted all of New York about a break-in. Now I'll have to move this painting around with cops crawling all over the city. Never mind. Here's your check, and Claire, try to lose some weight. Au revoir.
And without warning, we were dumped on a dark street. We scrambled to our feet, headed for the subway, and made it home. It was all over the news the next morning that someone had broken into the museum and switched off all the security systems. But apparently, nothing had been stolen, except a chicken sandwich and a block of tofu from the staff kitchen. You ate the entire block?
Hey, I'm not the one who needs to watch her weight.
I do not need to… whatever. Listen, I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
It'll have to wait. I got a hair appointment. We'll talk over dinner?
Yeah, sure. I was gonna tell Meredith that I wanted a break from this life, and I wasn't sure how she'd react. As I sat in a cafe later, I suddenly found a cute guy next to my table.
Mind if I sit here? There are no other empty seats. I won't disturb you. I promise.
We actually ended up talking for over an hour, and I found him sweet and charming.
I'd love to meet you again if you're free. I don't live in New York, but I come every weekend.
You come here for work?
No, actually, I came to visit my mom who's admitted in the hospital here for a medical trial. She has some rare brain issue that sent her into a coma.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. How long has she been in a coma?
6 years now. It's been the toughest thing I've ever dealt with. Actually, she was part of this other really promising clinical trial before, but that didn't work for her. He was in a hospital in Connecticut.
As he kept talking, I suddenly felt like I was spinning around very fast, and I could hear my heartbeat in my ears. My chest felt heavy, and I could barely breathe. I don't know what I said to the boy, but I just ran out of there and didn't stop till I got to our hotel room.
Hey, I was about to call you. What's wrong? Claire, are we in trouble?
I am a terrible person.
Hey, you're not that terrible, just a bit ugly. You don't have cops after you, do you?
Meredith, I met someone.
It's not a cop, is it?
No, I met a random guy in a cafe, and his mom was in a clinical trial.
I hope this gets interesting at some point.
In a hospital in Connecticut.
Oh my god, the same hospital Mom was in? And the same trial? What a small world.
No, it's not the same trial. It's a different hospital, too.
Okay, I'm bored again. The coincidence made me interested for a bit.
Meredith, his mom's been in a coma for 6 years. We did that to someone.
Didn't you just say it's not the same trial?
Yes, but for a few seconds, I thought it was the same trial. And I just realized for the first time today that we did something awful to someone out there. When we switched the patient files, we took away someone else's chance to get better.
You realized this just now? Are you dumb or something? Of course that's what we did.
I mean, I never really thought about it like this. It was just a name on a file. But meeting someone who's going through that with their mom for years, it just made it so real. We're really bad people.
Not really bad, if you consider all the bad people in the world. Okay, look, we didn't have a choice. If I had to do something like that to save Mom all over again, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Okay, so we did that to save Mom, but what about everything else? We had a choice to not continue living this life, but we didn't stop, and I want to stop.
What's the big deal, man? It's not like we're stealing from poor people.
It doesn't matter who we steal from. It's not about them, it's about us and the people we've become. I don't want to be this person anymore.
Look, just calm down. I'll get you a piña colada and everything will seem better.
But I pushed her away angrily and she landed on the floor. She looked up at me, stunned. No, I am done. Meredith and I barely spoke over the next few days, and I had no idea what was going through her head, but I'd made my decision. I was gonna go home. I sent Freddie a text to say I'd be coming next week, and he called me back.
Hey, I'm actually in New York with my parents for the weekend. Can we catch up?
The moment I saw Freddie, I just burst into tears and he hugged me tight. As we talked over dinner, he assured me that he'd talk to Meredith and try to make her come home too. We had just stepped out of the restaurant and walked 2 blocks down when suddenly a black van screeched to a halt beside us and some men pulled us in, handcuffing and blindfolding us. When our blindfolds came off, I realized we were in Pierre's quarters and I found Meredith there too. What's going on here?
Welcome, welcome. We just gathered here to discuss a teensy-weensy, itsy-bitsy issue. Now, Meredith, go ahead and tell them the moronic thing of titanic proportions that you just did.
Apparently, Meredith had found her way to Pierre's headquarters and stolen the real painting from him. She had then tried to sell it to a buyer she'd arranged, and while the exchange was about to happen on the docks, the cops had showed up. Meredith had barely managed to escape, but the buyer and the painting were in police custody.
The police didn't let it get out in the news, but they knew the real painting had been stolen and replaced with a fake. They were probably watching every dock, airport, and train station to see if someone would try and move it out. And your sister practically handed it to them.
What were you thinking?
It's your whole quitting the biz talk that made me do it. I did it for us, so we could sell the painting and retire to Bora Bora for good. And what the heck is Freddie doing here?
Hi guys, I'm Freddie, old friend. Nice to meet you. Not terrified at all.
You made me lose a fortune. And you double-crossed me. And Pierre does not take betrayal well. Harry! Sam!
Yes, sir!
You know what to do.
Boss? I'm not really sure how I feel about punching a girl.
Yeah, boss, I am not really comfortable with this. Maybe we can just punch the boy.
I'm not really a boy. I used to be a girl. Ask Claire and Meredith, we practically grew up like sisters.
Please don't hurt him. He has nothing to do with this.
Silence! You buffoons! I didn't say hurt anyone yet. I just wanted you to threaten them. But of course, you're useless. I'll do myself. Torture Harry and Sam after this meeting. Now, get lost.
Then Pierre shifted his cold gaze to me.
That painting is everything to me, and I want it back. And now the only way we can get it is from the owner himself. You, Claire, will be executing this mission. The heir of that painting is a young, charming millionaire. And you will get to know him, become his girlfriend, kiss, cuddle, yada yada. You need to earn his trust completely, so he lets you into his life and his home. Then, when the time is right, you'll steal the painting from a high-security vault inside his house and bring it back to me. You will do this if you care about your moon sister and this girl/boy and his family and your mother and your stupid husband and your whole neighborhood.
What if I fail?
I don't think you want the answer to that. But once you succeed, I'll give you two enough to go to Bora Bora and never return. I'd be ecstatic to never set eyes on you annoying girls again.
I had my eyes on the target from across the street. As soon as I saw him walk towards the cafe, I headed for the entrance. Just as he opened the door, I bumped straight into him, spilling coffee all over his shirt. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I wasn't looking. I'll pay for the dry cleaning. His arm rested gently on mine.
Hey, it's okay. It was an accident.
I looked up into his bright green eyes.
In fact, you're the one who's without a coffee now. Can I get you a new one?
Sure, I'd like that. Can we also start over? Hi, I'm Christina.
Hello, I'm Eric.
Do y'all remember Eric? You know, the guy Meredith and I were fighting over the night Mom went into a coma? The guy who was so hot he made boiling water look cool? The guy whose smile shone brighter than the sun and whose eyes were deeper than the Amazon rainforest? The guy who...
He looks familiar. Oh my God, I've kissed this guy once.
Yeah, the guy who stole my heart the minute I saw him. And then Meredith kissed him.
Do you girls know him?
Not super well, but I'd rate him number 8 on my list of good kissers. And I've kissed tons of people, so that's pretty high. Oh, Pierre, you really gotta see his brothers. They look like...
Ugly old girls, I know. I know everything about him, but how well does he know you?
He and his family lived in our neighborhood only for a month, and that was years ago. I don't think he'd recognize me now.
Yeah, she's not that memorable.
You're all still going in disguise. We have to convince him that you're just a stranger who has randomly bumped into him with no agenda. Also, he must believe you're very rich, so he doesn't think you're a gold digger.
From Pierre, we learned that Eric's mom had passed away at his birth, and his dad had remarried a woman years later who already had children of her own, the quadruplets.
The world makes sense again. Thank you.
Eric's maternal grandmother recently left the painting to him in her will. His father is a big business tycoon, so they always have security at the mansion. But the painting is even harder to access. The only way you'll make it in and out of there is if you're welcomed into their home.
I couldn't believe that of all the millionaires in the world, I had to pretend to like Eric, make him fall for me, and then rob him blind. And how was he even better looking now? Over the next few days, I took on the identity of Christina Delafour, a wealthy socialite with a law degree who lived in a beautiful apartment in a posh area and wore only designer brands. Wow, this Givenchy coat is stunning.
It's Givenchy, you moron!
Okay, geez. Also, Pierre, can't someone do a background check on me and easily find out that I did not graduate from Harvard and that I don't have parents who made a fortune out of selling toilets in India and now live there?
If anyone runs a check, they'll find all this information to be accurate. I've made sure of it, and no one is interested in the law or toilets. So they won't ask you many questions. Now, show me how to walk in heels like a rich lady.
Fine. Meredith, pass me the Jackie Chimchus.
Oh my God, they'll know you're fake in a second.
I was joking. Relax. I've hung out with enough rich people to pick up a few things. I got this. And then, a week later, I was inserted into Eric's life. We talked over coffee for an hour, and I thought it was going really well. But when it was time to part ways, he didn't ask for my number and just left. Ugh, I'd failed to capture his interest. I'd have to plan another encounter without seeming suspicious. As I was walking away distracted, I ran straight into a garbage can and stubbed my toe hard.
Son of a biscuit! Holy mother of fudge!
I was still hopping around when I crashed into a woman pushing a stroller, and a doll went flying out of her hand onto the road. Just then, the car ran over the doll and turned it into a pancake.
You destroyed my child's precious doll!
I'm so sorry. It was an accident. I'll get your little girl a... Wait, your child is a cat?
Yes. And that was my childhood doll, which I passed on to my baby.
Look, here's some money. Get your baby another doll.
She loves that one, and they don't make those anymore.
Your baby is a cat. She doesn't love that particular doll. She probably doesn't even love you. She'd eat your face in your sleep if you weren't the one to feed her. Now please, Just then, someone tugged hard at my purse, and I saw a thief running away with it.
You've gotta be kidding me!
I took my heels off and sprinted after the thief. He jumped over a fence into a park, and I followed. I was gaining on him and sent a flying heel at his head. Just then, someone ran past me, pounced at the thief, and pinned him to the ground.
Gotcha!
Eric, the park security, immediately arrived on the spot and took the thief away.
Aren't you glad I followed you and came to your rescue?
My rescue? I hit him with my shoe to slow him down and was about to catch him, but then you swooped in at the last minute, and now you want credit?
Whoa, easy. I was just flirting with you.
Oh, sorry. Wait, you said you followed me?
Yeah, I felt stupid that I left without asking for your number. I definitely want it now. You became even more interesting when you stubbed your toe, murdered a doll, yelled at the cat lady, and chased a robber.
Eric and I started seeing each other, and even though I knew it wasn't a real relationship, it still felt wonderful. We both hated rom-coms, but were always up for watching horror movies. We supported different baseball teams and had heated debates about who sucked more, and we both loved eating from street vendors and walking around the city at night. I enjoyed his company more than I cared to admit, and my heart skipped a beat every time he took my hand or gave me a goodnight peck on the cheek. And then one night, as we watched a fireworks show in the park, he pulled me close and kissed me, and I practically melted in his arms. Soon enough, he told me his parents were hosting a party at their house, and he wanted to introduce me to them. This was the first time I'd be in his mansion, and I needed to make sure I got invited often enough to find out where the vault was. Eric's dad was lovely, but his stepmom looked at me with a stare so icy, it could make hell freeze over. I escaped from the party for a while when the dancing started. Yeah, that's when Meredith dropped by as Catwoman with a cheeseburger. But soon enough, Eric came around to call me in for dinner, where the quadruplets also joined us.
So, Eric told us your parents sell toilets in India.
Yeah. It's a great business because everyone needs a toilet, right? And you know the population of India. Multiply that with toilets and you have a fortune.
What is the population of India?
Well, I don't have an exact figure. It's just a lot of people. Suddenly, I had a queasy feeling in my stomach.
Didn't you get made fun of as a kid? If you were in my school, you'd be called the toilet princess. Grabber queen, Duchess of Poop.
Guys, cut it out. You're not in high school anymore.
Wait a second. Have we ever met before?
What? No, I really don't think so. Oh God, why was my stomach churning?
You know I'm really good with faces, and you remind me a lot of this girl we met in a neighborhood in Connecticut years ago. Guys, remember? She had a twin sister. Oh yeah, I remember those twins vaguely. The blonde one was prettier, right?
Dang it! Has to be someone else. I'm an only child, and I've always lived in Boston until I moved here.
Yeah, Eric told us you're a lawyer from Harvard. So who's the baddest person you put behind bars?
Not that kind of lawyer. I'm actually an environmental lawyer. I was really feeling sick now. Maybe it was that burger I ate?
Like you have trees as clients? What do they pay you with? Leaves? Hey, why are you turning green? You love trees so much that you're becoming one?
Can you guys stop? You're not even that funny.
No, look at her. She's green.
I think I'm gonna hurl. Eric called a doctor immediately, who said I had food poisoning. He gave me some medicines, and Eric insisted I stay over for the night in one of their guest rooms. I fell asleep immediately and woke up a few hours later feeling thirsty. As I made my way down to the kitchen, I realized I had the perfect opportunity to try finding the vault. Just then, I heard some low voices from some room, and I slowly crept up to find Eric's stepmom talking to one of the bodyguards in the library.
Were you able to figure out how to unlock the vault?
There's no way. I've tried everything for weeks. All I have to use a tiny explosive device to destroy the lock. The vault is all the way up in the attic. No one will hear a thing. But we have to steal a painting the day after tomorrow while your husband and Eric are away on business. Are you ready for this?
And then he pulled Eric's stepmom into his arms.
I can't wait to run away with you, James. I'm so tired of seeing you secretly, and I am completely ready.
As the two locked lips, I turned around and tiptoed away as fast as I could. Okay, so the vault was in the attic, the lock could only be destroyed with an explosive device, and I couldn't let Eric's cheating stepmom and traitorous bodyguard run away with it. The next morning, when Eric came to check on me, I decided to tell him the truth for once. Eric, I have something really difficult to tell you. I got up last night to get some water, and I heard your stepmom and this bodyguard James talking.
They were talking late at night?
Yeah. Do you have some vault in this house with some painting inside?
How do you know that?
That's what they were talking about, breaking in and stealing the painting. They're planning to do it the day after tomorrow, and your stepmom said something about running away with James. I saw them kiss. I'm so sorry. I wish I hadn't.
No, I'm glad you did. This is gonna be a huge blow for Dad. But it would have been much worse if we'd found out everything afterwards. Thank you for telling me. And please, keep all this to yourself. I know I can trust you.
Eric kissed me gently before walking away, and 2 days later, when the bodyguard and Eric's stepmom were about to escape with the painting, police officers immediately arrested them.
This is fantastic! They might link the museum robbery to the bodyguard and stepmom too, and assume the painting is now safe. So it'll be easier for you to steal. Good job, mon chéri. I knew you was a smart twin.
After Pierre left, I sank into my armchair, but then I noticed Meredith staring at me. What?
You should be happy, but you don't look happy. What's up?
Nothing. I just can't wait for this job to be over.
You can steal the painting soon, right? You know exactly what to do, and Eric trusts you. By the way, have you two kissed?
I've been dating him for 2 months. Of course we've kissed.
We text every day and you never mentioned it.
I didn't know I had to.
So, how is it?
It's fine. It's whatever. It's like kissing anyone.
My memory's a bit fuzzy, but you know I've kissed him.
You never let me forget.
And I definitely wouldn't call it a whatever kind of kiss.
Yeah, okay. It's nice. It's good.
Nice? Good? Oh, wow. Don't make me jealous with all the passion.
Okay, you want to know what kissing Eric is like? It's like flying through space, like a meteor that explodes into 1,000 stars, and then jumping into really cold water that makes you feel alive all over, and then feeling warm and tingly down to your toes, like having hot chocolate next to a fireplace on a snowy winter night.
So, I'm guessing it's better than kissing the pillow you used to practice on?
I did not! Shut up!
You're in love with him, aren't you?
I was about to snap at her again, but then I just sighed. Yes, I am. The night of the heist arrived, and I felt sick to my stomach, but I just wanted to get it over with. Eric's dad was away, and Eric was holding an important shareholders' dinner with which most of the household staff was busy. I'd volunteered to host the dinner with them, and got ready to leave before their meeting started.
Thanks for your help tonight. You're the best.
Oh, it was nothing. Don't thank me.
So, I'll see you tomorrow at our coffee shop?
It's a date. As Eric walked away, my heart felt like it was breaking into 1,000,000 pieces. This was the last time I'd ever see him again. I gulped down my tears, and instead of leaving, I sneaked up unnoticed to the attic. Inside, I found a heavy metal door to a vault. I took out the tiny explosive device Pierre had given me, placed it on the lock, and activated it. In a few seconds, there was a tiny pop and a sizzling sound. Then, I heard the lock click open. I walked into a tiny, dark vault and found the painting under a glass case, praying to every god that no alarms would go off. I lifted the case carefully, put the painting in my bag, and started sprinting down the stairs. But just as I'd reached the second floor landing, one of the Ninja Turtles blocked my way.
What are you doing?
Hey, bro! You know when I stayed over a few weeks ago? I dropped a necklace, and I was looking for that guest room, and I got lost. But it's fine. I'll just get new earrings. See you later. He suddenly grabbed my bag and pulled out the painting.
Do you think I'm a moron?
A moron? You? No way! Sorry, which one are you?
Michelangelo.
Okay, no one has time for that. Now listen, Mike. You're definitely the smartest of your brothers, and just a tiny bit better looking than all of them too.
We're identical.
That's what they want you to believe, but I know you're better. I think you and I can strike a deal, okay? I'll sell this painting, and you and I can go halvesies on it. Just give me an account number and I'll wire the money to you.
No, you're not leaving with it.
Okay, look, dude. I'm doing this for your mom. I have to sell this painting so I can pay for her bail and get her a really good lawyer. Don't you want that?
No, my mom's in jail because she did something wrong, and she abandoned us all. She shouldn't have stolen Eric's painting.
Why do you care about Eric? Don't you hate Eric? He's so good looking and smart and perfect and gets all the ladies. It makes you guys look even worse than you really are. You should want to hurt him. So let me take the painting. That'll really hurt him.
Eric's the best brother in the world, and I love him.
Okay. I have an offer you can't refuse. How about I become your girlfriend? I bet you've never had one.
I'm gay.
Jesus! All right, I surrender. Just one last thing. Without warning, I punched his face so hard that he went reeling back with shock and dropped the painting. Then I kicked him into a room and locked the door shut. I'm sorry, Mikey. You're a really good guy. I sprinted down another flight of stairs and jumped out of the first-story window. I ran across the garden to the fountain, climbed the tree next to it, jumped onto the wall, and then landed softly outside on all fours. Just as I got up, I found myself facing Eric. What are you doing here? Isn't the meeting going on?
Nope, that's just what I told you. I sent everyone home and was now waiting for you to steal the painting and run away with it.
What?
After the painting was stolen from the museum, the FBI contacted me to help them catch the guy they suspected was after it. Does the name Pierre Soufflé ring a bell?
Nope, never heard of him. What a dumb name.
They told me he would probably strike again. I really didn't suspect you until one of my brothers said something about you looking like a girl we once met in Connecticut, who had a twin. I just couldn't shake that off and wondered if you were hiding something. I had the FBI look into you and most of your information checked out, but then they told me that they'd seen a suspected art thief and a girl your age leave your apartment a few times.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Tonight was a trap? How could you trick me?
Hello? Should I get a mirror for you? You've been tricking me from the very start.
That's different.
Only if different means exactly the same.
You'd really send me to jail?
You'd really walk away with that painting?
Eric, I have to do this. I don't have a choice. It's to protect everyone I love from Pierre.
And I'm guessing that list doesn't include me, does it?
As we stared breathlessly at each other, suddenly Pierre's van stopped beside us.
Good Lord, get a room!
And before I knew it, his men had grabbed both me and Eric and put some rags on our faces, and I instantly drifted into unconsciousness. When we came about, Eric and I found ourselves tied to chairs on some boat.
Ah, the sleeping beauties are awake just in time for me to say goodbye.
You're not getting away with this.
Oh, yes, I am. It's not like you were smart enough to call the police to your house when you caught Claire. Yeah, that's her real name.
You didn't call the police? What was your plan then?
My guess is he was just going to take the painting from you and give you a chance to run away. I think he even gave his own security men the night off.
Why would you do that, Eric?
Because he wasn't going to send the girl he loves to prison, duh.
Eric sat there poker-faced as I glanced at him. Pierre, you got what you wanted. Now keep your end of the deal. Pay up and let us go.
Your sister double-crossed me first, which landed you in this mess, remember? I think I'll do the same.
Why is there water coming in the boat?
Oh, that's because it's got oils everywhere. It's going to sink soon. You two should make up and forgive each other, because life's too short to be angry. I mean, literally, your life is really short. I'd say about another 30 minutes. Adieu, so long, farewell.
And with that, Pierre and his goons left.
There has to be some way out. Don't you know how to get out of such situations after all your years as a criminal?
I'm a con woman. I don't know how to trick my way out of these ropes.
Great! Then I'll just die here with you of all people.
Who would you rather die with? Maybe that really pretty, extra smiley waitress at the restaurant you love so much?
You know what? Let's just not talk.
Fine by me. We sat silently for a few minutes as the water kept seeping in.
I've never had boba tea.
What?
You know, a few years ago when everyone really got into boba tea, and I never had boba tea. I always thought I had time to drink boba tea, and now I'll never drink boba tea.
It's nothing special. You didn't miss much.
You really mean it?
Nah, it's amazing. Who is stopping you from trying boba tea?
No one? Oh, you're the worst. Let's go back to not talking.
As we sat there in silence again, I slipped my fingers through Eric's. Eric, I'm so sorry for getting you into this. I really wish I'd never crossed your path. He pushed my hand away.
For the first time today, I agree with you.
Just then, the door burst open, and Meredith came running in. Thank God, Em. I knew you'd come for me.
You could have told me too. I would have panicked less.
Hi, Eric. Remember me? We kissed once. We'll talk more later. Gotta go now.
Meredith cut through our ropes quickly, and we splashed through the water, climbed onto the paddle boat outside, and rowed back to shore.
I had a feeling Pierre was up to no good. I followed his van to Eric's house and saw him take you two and bring you here. I had to wait for him to leave before I could rescue you, and that jerk left without giving us a dime.
We have to get that painting back. He can't get away with it.
What is so special about that stupid painting? Why is it for $10 million?
Apparently it's worth much more. My grandmother bought it at some auction a few years ago, but I don't think she ever knew its real worth. The FBI told me that painting has hidden codes all over it. sensitive government secrets and coordinates of underground facilities, and Pierre wants to sell those secrets to the highest bidder.
Jeez. Trust stupid men to make everything so complicated. Who put codes in a painting? Who wants them now? What is wrong with everybody? All I ever wanted from life was to go to Bora Bora, and now we have no money!
If you girls know anything about where he's going, help me catch him. I'll tell the FBI you were helping me all along, and you'll go scot-free.
Free but poor?
Should I offer you a reward for helping me get back a painting you stole from me?
That would be polite, yeah.
Meredith, do you have any idea where Pierre's going?
Yeah. I've bugged everything that man owns. His phone, his coat, his shoes, that painting. I know where he's going. Oh, by the way, Mom wants us to come home. She says she has something important to tell us. And yeah, her memory is back, and she's very angry we made her marry Arthur.
What?
More about that later.
Eric immediately got in touch with his FBI contacts, who picked us up from our spot and followed Meredith's trackers on Pierre. He was headed for a train at the Grand Central Station, and seconds before he was about to get onto his ride, he was surrounded by officers.
Don't manhandle me, you orangutans! My outfit costs more than your yearly salary! I lose the day I ever laid eyes on you two! I'll make sure I take you down with me!
I'm taking all your coats, Pierre. They fit me perfectly, you tiny mafia boss.
Get used to an orange jumpsuit, because you'll be wearing that for a long time. As the FBI officers took him away, I turned to Eric with a worried face. He'll give them information against us.
You've helped recover a really important painting and capture a criminal the FBI has been trying to nail for ages. I promise, I won't let you get into any trouble.
Thank you. We stood there in awkward silence.
Okay, this is super uncomfortable. Do you guys need privacy to talk or something? I'll grab us some hot dogs. Do you want relish or mustard or...
No, actually, I think we're done here. I have to go. Good luck and goodbye, Claire.
Goodbye, Eric. Meredith and I took the next flight to Connecticut to see Mom back at her old house, and I was really happy to see her with her memory back. And then, Mom shocked us with her whole story.
Many years ago, I was a government scientist in Russia, working on top-secret technology. And our team later wanted to sell it to an enemy country. I refused to do that, and destroyed the technology. And after that, I had to go on the run, because I knew those traitors would come after me. I had a boyfriend, and he recently found out I was pregnant. So I never told him about you girls and just escaped. I settled in America, and took on the identity of a helpless mom living in the suburbs. Before I left Russia, I set up this laptop as a way to communicate with my father, who sent me a little money every few months to get by. I was even afraid of working in any place for too long, as being part of any system by which I could be tracked down.
Whoa! Mom, that's insane and so cool!
I'm sorry we never had much, but I was glad you grew up independent and resourceful. Then I finally recovered my memory a week ago. I was able to access the laptop and get in touch with my father. He hadn't heard from me in so long, he thought I wasn't even alive anymore. He told me that the traitors working on the project are all behind bars now. It's safe for me to go home.
So we're going to Russia? Man, it's so cold there. I always wanted to go to...
Bora Bora, I know. That's all you said growing up. We'll visit Russia to see my family, and then we'll go anywhere you girls want.
Mom, we're kinda poor, especially since you've left Arthur too.
Oh, but my family isn't poor at all. I come from old money. We've been rich forever.
There is a God out there. Thank you. Claire, we're finally going to Bora Bora.
Yeah, it's everything we ever wanted. I tried to be as excited about the trip as Mom and Meredith, but my heart felt heavy. I wish things had ended with Eric on a better note. On the bright side, I got to meet Freddie, and I was so pleased when he introduced me to his lovely girlfriend. I'm so happy for you, Freddie, and I don't know if I can ever thank you for everything. You're amazing.
I know. Just don't forget about me and come to visit, okay?
On the day of our flight to Russia, we just reached the airport when Mom and Meredith turned to me with strange smiles on their faces. What's going on?
Here's your ticket.
That's a ticket for New York. Why, are we going there?
No, Mom and I are going to Russia, then Bora Bora. You're going to New York.
What? Why would I do that?
Come on, Claire. You've been so mopey lately. I can't stand your face anymore. Just go talk to Eric, okay? You're in love with him. And even though he's way out of your league, he loves you too. And that's something you shouldn't give up on so easily.
Pretty sure he hates me now.
Claire, go meet him once. You'll regret not trying. And in case it doesn't work out, you know where to find us, love.
Go get him, loser.
Mom and Meredith hugged me, and I felt tears flowing down my face fast as I turned away. Suddenly, I got the wind knocked out of me as Meredith gave me a bear hug.
I can't say this with you looking at me directly, so don't turn around, okay? I love you more than anyone in the world, sis. You're my BFF and my soulmate and my better half, so you better not stay away too long because of some stupid boy.
No one's ever coming between us, Em. I love you too, and I'll see you soon. As I walked out onto the New York airport, I was feeling so nervous about visiting Eric that I accidentally bumped into a man's luggage cart and went down with the suitcases.
Are you blind? You blind idiot?
It was an accident, sir. You don't have to be so rude.
You don't have to be so blind, you blind idiot.
You're so obnoxious. I grabbed the bagel the man was holding, threw it on the floor, and started jumping on it. As I continued jumping and he kept yelling, I suddenly found Eric by my side.
I'm sorry, sir. She hasn't taken her meds today. So sorry. Jeez, what's with your temper?
He started it, and what are you doing here?
You texted me that you were coming and wanted me to pick you up. You said it was an emergency? Oh, I'm guessing that was Meredith.
Yep, but I did come to New York just to see you, Eric. So I might as well say my piece now, which I've been rehearsing on the plane, and I've forgotten every single word. Dang it. Okay, I'll just spit it out. Look, I'm really sorry about the tricking and the lying and stealing and hitting your brother and endangering your life. The one thing that wasn't part of this assignment was falling for you, but I just couldn't help it right from the start. In fact, you made me fall for you years ago, and I often wondered what had happened to you. I really wish we'd met again under different circumstances, and I know I don't deserve another chance, but here I am, asking for one anyway.
Well, they say third time's the charm.
They do say that, whoever they are. Just as Eric pulled me closer, we suddenly found ourselves surrounded by federal agents. Did you set me up?
I swear I didn't.
Ma'am, there's no need to panic. We got notified about your arrival in New York when you checked in for your flight. We've also apprehended your sister before she could leave for Russia. We've been looking for you girls for a long time, actually, but you always managed to get away. Now we have a deal for you. Come work for us and help us nail some con artists, and you'll have a clean slate.
Are you offering me a job?
Yes, and a really well-paying one. The only catch is that you two will have to serve 6 months jail time first. We have to do that as a formality.
No, officer, there has to be another way.
Eric, wait, it's okay. I think I need to do this actually. Maybe we got away for too long without any consequences. If this gives me a chance to start over fresh, I'm willing to do it.
What about Meredith?
Oh, she's gonna be pissed, but she'll do it for me. So, will you come see me in prison?
It's a date.
How many weeks has it been here already?
It's just been 2 days.
Oh God, I was so close to Bora Bora. And you're so ugly and orange. How am I supposed to look at you for 6 months?
I think you're actually happy we're getting to spend more time together. You know, since I'm your BFF and soulmate and better half. That was so cheesy. Ow!